What are you looking for from Dak Prescott coming off of the badly broken ankle, the shoulder injury that, as you believe, was a byproduct of adjusting the throwing motion to compensate for that lack of confidence that may be lingering when you bury the right ankle into the ground and get ready to throw? What do you expect to see from him tonight, given that we've seen nothing from him all of training camp or preseason?
It's the million-dollar question, right? Dak Prescott, how good can he be, really? That's where I look. Because, like, Mike, let me ask you this first off. Do you think they can win the game, Dallas, by defense and run the ball and ball control? I mean, no.
No.
Yeah, right? Okay, I just wanted to, yeah, we're on the same page there. You're not going to run against this defensive front. Like, good night. Nobody could run against them last year. So the game is going to be on Dak Prescott. I really do believe that. And, yes, is he going to be at the level to where we saw him early last year where he can, make unreal plays? This is what makes Dak Prescott really special. He is unreal at throwing with people around him, grabbing in his jersey, just about to get hit. It's not that he's like the greatest scrambler in the world, but he's really good at moving in the pocket and not, feeling pressure and still being able to make really aggressive throws that you see down here with people kind of all around him. He does not flinch, when he's in the crosshairs. And that's really what is the thing that jumps out to me. And then, of course, he's a really good down-the-field thrower. So I look at it kind of, I think, of the way you do, Mike. Like, Dallas and the offense are going to have to, have an all-time type of night and put up big-time yards and be able to throw the football to win this football game. I just say that's very unlikely against this defense with a quarterback that hasn't played football in 10 months and, didn't get to play preseason football either. I have a hard time thinking they're going to be hitting on all cylinders.
And the mental burden that we've talked about from time to time as it relates to Joe Burrow, who suffered his horrific knee injury in the pocket. Dak Prescott's broken ankle came after he went down the field and was tackled. I wonder whether that makes it easier for him, Chris, to not worry as much. And this is natural. This is normal. Coming off of an injury like that, the normal human reaction is, whoa, watch my ankle, watch my ankle. I think in a weird sort of way, he'll be less inclined to worry about the ankle behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope for his sake, for the Cowboys' sake, that he's not carrying that burden around. But it's human, it's normal, it's natural for that to occur. So
it definitely is.
But I think there's an advantage to him that it didn't happen in the pocket.
Yes, agreed. Yeah, you're right. You would be more conscious of the pocket if you got hurt in the pocket. To me, where he'll have to have that brake pad, that governor switch, whatever, to just, hey, now you're outside of the pocket. And Ndamukong Suh's grabbing on your shoulder here, and you've moved out. Just go down. Don't be Dak Prescott that we saw before the ankle injury and think you're going to be able to run out. Not right now. Maybe 7 weeks from now, and you want to try that, sure. But here in week one, play it safe in those scenarios. And then, yes, hopefully he is comfortable within the pocket. But that's where I just think it's going to take a miraculous effort from the Cowboys offense. And, even to flip that around a little bit, Mike, I would think that the Tampa Bay defense, which they made improvements at the end of the year to not be overly aggressive and put their corners in one-on-one positions against Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams, I think they realized, hey, wait, we got a really good front. Let's just let them stop the run. The only way Tampa loses this game, to me, is if Todd Bowles gets too aggressive and leaves Cooper or CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup one-on-one on the island too much, and then Dak Prescott strikes downfield. And if I'm Tampa, I'm playing a little bit like I did against the Kansas City Chiefs. No, I'm not going to give up any big plays. You're going to have to earn it. And to run the ball, and Ezekiel Elliott's one of the biggest questions in football, in my opinion. Yeah, I got to see it to believe it first. And their run game has not been that special the last few years. Ezekiel Elliott has not been that special. But the pass game is special. And Cooper's special when he's healthy. CeeDee Lamb's special. And Dak Prescott, the numbers show this, is one of the best downfield throwers the last few seasons in football. To me, that's the only way they lose the game. And I would think they're smart enough to know that. But you see these plays. This is Andy Dalton here. It's CeeDee Lamb. They raved about him on Hard Knocks. They're thinking takeoff, superstar. So that's the scary part of this Cowboys offense.
Yeah, they've got some great receivers, and Dak Prescott has to take full advantage of them. Maybe you soften the defense up a little bit with the passing game, and that opens up things for Ezekiel Elliott, pushes safeties away from the line of scrimmage and gives you some running lanes. But the problem is, no Zach Martin, at least for now, barring an injury. Yeah. They have a contingency plan in place to get him there. Maybe they're going to drop him out of that helicopter that was hovering over you yesterday with a parachute, along with the turkeys that get dropped out of it. But if they don't have him, and we have to assume at this point they won't, maybe there's a sliver of a chance that they will, makes it even harder to run, makes it even more likely that it's going to be coming out party for CD Lamb. If this really is next level for Lamb, who was very good last year. He wasn't Justin Jefferson, but he was very good. But they do expect him. You get that sense that he's going to be great in 2021. And this is going to be the last year, I think, that it's Amari Cooper and CD Lamb on the same team. I think Cooper's going to be gone next year for financial reasons. So get the most out of the fact that you've got Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, and CD Lamb. And that points even more to Dak Prescott throwing the ball all over the place and hoping score, and get lucky or get smart or just get the ball in your hands when Tampa Bay has it, and maybe you've got a close game at the end, and they're a little rattled. So if you keep it close into the fourth quarter, maybe they're a little bit rattled, and you can steal it from them.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they got to hope for. Just can we be within striking distance in the fourth quarter to maybe where we can make a few plays with our stud star players and come out with the victory. But it's tough circumstances because you just look at it and you go, hey, on paper, Dallas is not in the same class as Tampa Bay. You know, on film, they're not on the same class as Tampa Bay. And, of course, they can't have the same confidence and bravado the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have, let alone they're going to have this stadium going insane, crazy behind them tonight, and that's going to be a tough element to play in. So it's unprecedented territories where we're going to see a quarterback come back from football, you know, having played in 10 months, and they're going to just go, hey, can you carry the team tonight for us? Just right off the bat. You haven't played preseason, but carry us against the Super Bowl champs. And that's where it's tough. And, you know, that's where, you know, you say Amari Cooper, it might be his last year. If Ezekiel Elliott doesn't have a good year this year, I think it's his last year here too. You know, they got to see more from this running game, and hopefully that can help them out. But I just don't think it's going to happen tonight.
I need to just pause for a second and emphasize something you said, because for those of us who grew up in the 70s, the idea that the Cowboys and the Buccaneers would be getting together to start the season, and the Buccaneers would be the team with the bravado, the Yuccaneers that were 0-16 in 76 when the Cowboys were in the middle of their Roger Staubach run and went 0-26 before they finally won a game, and John McKay was properly delivering lines about being in favor of execution. That's not the way he said it.
A little better than Brian Kelly. Yeah.
How different the world has what is the world coming to? That the Buccaneers are the ones with the bravado and not America's team, Chris.
I know it is. It's they've stolen that thunder. You know, the Cowboys. You know, even when I was growing up in the '90s, you know, and even into the 2000s, even though they didn't win Super Bowls, they were still one of those teams when they took the field with Tony Romo and DeMarcus Ware and that group, where you just went, "Whoa, look at this team." I mean, they had the look of at least a Super Bowl team. They got some studs on this team, but man, Tampa's that team right now. Tampa's that team that gets off the bus, and you go, if a fight breaks out with all 32 teams, Tampa's going to be in the Final Four. So they got that, let alone speed at the right positions, a coach who has a great attitude of like putting the poker to their butt and then can make them loose when things are tight, and then of course the ultimate general in Brady, to where that's the new captain comeback and Roger Staubach, and you're right, they've got some of that mojo that the Cowboys used to have.
Well, hopefully no fight breaks out tonight, but if it does, Chris Simms, former Buccaneer, is ready to jump in on behalf of the guys in Pewter,
That's
especially.
Right. I'm on the Buccaneers team. Right.
Guns out. Simms is ready to go. All right, let's take a break. Cam Newton is ready to go.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.